When it comes to the Word of God, I believe there's two types of people: those that believe it and those that don't. It's either all true or it's all a lie. All the people in the middle where they kind of pick and choose the things they want to believe, I just discredit them altogether. It's either all true or it's all a lie. You decide. And if you believe that it's all true, I do. When I read it, I approach it as a scientist. I was a scientist in college. I was a science teacher for a couple decades. And I approach it like it either says it or it doesn't. If it says it, then it's true. If it doesn't, then it's not. It doesn't matter whether I agree with it. It doesn't matter whether I like it or not. It just either says it or it doesn't. And there's one particular prophecy that really kind of leaves me scratching my head because, well, not that prophecy doesn't leave me scratching my head, it's people's reaction to that prophecy that's leaving me scratching my head. And that's the mark of the beast. And I believe people are not preparing for that for a couple reasons. Number one, they've been lied to their whole lives by doctrines of demons that there's going to be some sort of pre-tribulation rapture, and that's not going to affect you at all. You don't have to worry about that at all. Or they are not, just like they kind of don't take it seriously. It's really one of those two things. We have to begin to prepare. You can't just one day enter a moment in time where you have to receive a mark. It's a literal mark, and I think this is where people are confused too. It's a marking. It shows the world whose side you are on. It is a mark. It's not anything else. It is literally something that marks your body, that people can see with their eyes, that you are for the Antichrist or against the Antichrist, one of the two. And you have to receive this mark to buy, sell, or trade. So I want to take a moment and put you in a scenario where you either sell your soul for eternity in hell, and you can buy, sell, or trade, or you just simply can't buy, sell, or trade. And imagine you being a head of a family of children or a large group of people, and you can't buy, sell, or trade. Now just think about that for a little bit, because I don't live on a farm. I live in the suburbs. My food comes from the grocery store. My food comes from restaurants, that sort of thing. So I would be in a world of hurt. But I believe it's time to begin to prepare. And as a result, we've been meeting as the remnant in Centerview, Missouri. And I kind of always wondered, why Centerview? But Centerview is kind of a special place because it's surrounded by people who take care of themselves on farms. It's surrounded by the Amish, the Mennonites, a wealth of other farmers. And many people sell and trade already. So they already kind of have a system in place that's really set up for success. You plug the Christian influence into it, I believe that's what the world is going to need, is centers for Christian influence. And I believe that's why it's Centerview. It's a center for Christian influence. So when the mark of the beast comes, we won't really be in a world of hurt. Sure, I won't be able to go to my favorite restaurants. Sure, I won't be able to go get my favorite groceries at my favorite grocery store. But I will definitely have a wealth of farmers to buy, sell, and trade with. And we will definitely have a large group of people who are also tending to the least of these in those areas too. Because if you think about it, if the world is forced to take the mark of the beast, then we're in a world of hurt already at that point. We're going through tribulation at that point. So there's going to be, Jesus instructs us to take care of the widows and the orphans. There's going to be a lot of widows and orphans. He instructs us to take care of the sick. There's going to be a lot of sick and injured. He tells us to take care of the prisoners. There's going to be a lot of prisoners imprisoned for their faith. Like you have to understand that the world is going to need centers for Christian influence. And the sooner you can begin to build one of those, the better. Come join us if you want. We meet the first Saturday of every month in Centerview, Missouri, at the old school at 5 o'clock. but build your own, you know. And here's where a lot of people will mess up is they'll say, oh, I'm a prepper. I'm going to hunker down in a cave, and, you know, or I got a place out in the wilderness. I'm just going to live there by myself. I got enough food to survive for a year or two. Like, you probably will survive if that's what you're after. You probably will survive, but you might as well just take the mark of the beast, because you're not being the hands and feet of Jesus Christ at that point. Because again, there's going to be a lot of widows, a lot of orphans, a lot of prisoners, and a lot of sick. You know, so if you're just taking care of yourself, I really kind of don't believe the Spirit dwells within. So you might as well just take the mark of the beast and live fruitfully in this life, and just enjoy until this life is over, and then, you know, then you face the consequences then. Because if the Spirit dwells within, you're going to be desiring to do these things. That's why a Center for Christian Influence is so incredibly important. And it's coming. It's coming. Whether you like it or not, it is coming. It's the mark of the beast is coming. It's not, you know, again, the Word of God is either all true or it's all a lie. And if it's all true, you need to establish a Center for Christian Influence in this world that is made up of farmers, caregivers, people who, you know, take care of prisoners, elderly, take care of each other, build food pantries, feed the hungry, clothe the naked, take care of the widows, orphans. This is what you need desperately. And God is going to bless the heck out of that. He's going to protect it. He's going to nourish it. And he's going to provide for the remnant through things like that. So the sooner you can get behind something like this and get involved in something like this, the better for you and the better for that world around you. It's coming, whether you like it or not, it's coming. So there you go. Any thoughts or insight, definitely put that below. Do want to take a moment and say most people watch this channel, they're not subscribers. Click that subscribe button. It greatly increases the algorithm and our ability to get these messages out. That link is also below. But the most important part of this channel is we take prayer requests. So please don't ever hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, love guns.